This episode, I guess I'll call it episode, I'm going to be working on some more rust spots, some more just general body work. Got an area right here, one on both sides of the fenders, maybe the bumper if I get to it, I'll show you that. Right here, down the back of the fastback, you can see I've already did quite a bit of work in this area, but found a low spot right here. I think I called a spot plenty of work. And then I should be pretty much done with this area. Just kind of right there. Everything else is pretty good. So that turned out pretty decent too. Around that molding or that trim, looks kind of crappy, but once I take that tape off, I'll have to fix that. I really want to take that molding off, but it's really hard to find and it's expensive if I break it. So I think I'm just gonna keep it taped up and hope for the best. But that turned out okay. So just on to the next one. See right here on the fender, had a rusted out spot, welded that up. It needs probably one more coat of spot putty just to get everything finished up on it. Gonna put another coat of spot putty on this. It's almost done, but stuff is like piranha putty. It's really good. It's really thin. It kind of self levels, I guess. Just trying to get it as smooth as possible before it starts setting up. Oh, it's less sanding. See there, it's just about done. Just try to take the edges, kind of whisk them in, that way it kind of feathers in. And I have no idea if this is the right way to do any of this. Just over time, it's kind of the way I've learned to do things. Probably not the right way. If I wasn't a tightwad, I would have probably bought Fenders, but I figured by the time they get to the house, it would have been at least $800 to $1,000 because it's like $300 to ship them. But this section here was rusted out because standing water. They didn't. A lot of these old cars and trucks both don't drain real good down here, so a lot of water gathered right here and it rusted out. So welded it up. And this section here is crappy, it had a bad spot in it, so I cut that out. I don't know why it rusted right there, unless it was just all kind of part of this, which makes sense. But welded all that up after I cut it out. Then I put some Bondo on it, sanded that down, and then as I've been going back, putting spot putty on everything now. And now I'm just going to let it finish drying. Probably take 10 to 15 minutes, so I'm going to time lapse it. This side, it actually turned out quite a bit better than the other side. The primer's still drying. It needs another coat, but I'm pretty much done with everything for tonight. So hopefully that's the end of that. It may not be though. This fender here has been a lot of trouble. I've had to replace a lot of rust down here. I had a bad spot up here. Then this body line was damaged too. Almost got most of it done. I just work on it when I get a little bit of patience, which isn't very often. Mostly trying to save money on this because this fender is expensive. And I figure my time is free, so haven't really got rid of this stripe yet because I've been trying to get the fender fixed, but if I get that fixed, then I'll get rid of all this crap too. Guess I'll get started. Okay, here's this sanded. Turned out pretty decent considering how bad it was before. I may have some before pictures. I don't think I do though, honestly. But it was rusted out all the way down to there. guess it held water and it just kind of traveled, but had a pretty big patch panel on it all the way up. And the hardest part was this body line, and I think I've just about got it. It may need just a little bit more. It's hard to get the light on to see there. But overall, pretty happy with it. If it saves me 500 bucks, I'll be really happy. Gotta get all that crap cleaned out of that jam there. But I'm gonna put a little bit of spray can primer on it to see how it turns out. Kind of cover up the metal. So this really turned out pretty good after I put a couple coats of primer on it. And later I'm gonna put high build primer over the whole car, so it's probably, all this will probably be all right. I'll see, because pretty big area there. I just mostly want that body line all right. Looks okay so far. But I don't know, see as it dries. Well, that's the end of this video. The next one, I'll probably work on that front bumper. It's the next big hurdle and the next thing I've got to figure out if I'm going to spend any money on it or not. It's got a urethane front bumper they didn't put on many years, so I'm going to give that a go next. But as far as this one, if everything turns out okay, I hope I'm one step closer to having all this finished. Just a piece at a time, so, but that's that. Thanks.